Hi, my name is Kim, and I am a makeup artist for Saint Beauty. By day, I am actually a full-time middle school teacher. I'm 52, and I found this really fabulous makeup for mature skin. What I noticed was my makeup was not sitting like it always had been on my face the older that I got, and wasn't really happy with it. So if that's you, let this be your sign to maybe try something different. So I'm going to show you the simplicity of what this makeup is. It's a 3D foundation. 3D because our faces are three-dimensional. They are not one-dimensional. So when you think about your old foundation or your old makeup routine, it was probably one color and you applied it all over your face. Well, instead, Saint is not one color. It is actually three colors plus a lip and cheek color, all cream, that you will place in a specific spot on your face, blend it with a brush, and go. So it is all done through a custom color match by yours truly. All you have to do is look below in the comments and follow that link and send me a makeup-free selfie. I can custom color match you to personal colors to your individual skin tone, because many times we aren't using the right color for us. That's a lot of the reason maybe that you're accentuating fine lines and wrinkles. That could be the reason that the makeup is not sitting well on your face anymore, because it's the wrong color. So let me help you out. The other really great thing about cream is that it feels weightless. It moves with the skin. It does not accentuate fine lines and wrinkles, and the makeup won't settle in those areas with creams because it does move with your skin. I think I had the misconception early on that it was going to feel real heavy because it was a cream. It's actually the opposite. You can't feel it on your skin at all. And the appearance is that of a youthful, dewy glow. I call it like a hydrated look. There is no makeup experience required. You don't have to have a huge background in makeup. All you have to have is a couple of brushes, your compact, even your finger. I also suggest for mature skin that you have a beauty blender. This one has a lot to be desired right now. It needs cleaned, but it is damp, slightly damp. So those are just all that you're gonna need in order to do your entire face. The other really great thing about Saint is that they customize everything into one compact. So I'm gonna show you what my compact looks like. These are my personal colors that were color matched to me. So I have a contour color. That's what I apply first. And then a main highlight color. I put that on second. An accent highlight color. That's third. And then a lip and cheek color. That's fourth. Now, for me, because I have mature skin, I have some other things that I want to cover on my face. So again, one compact on the bottom. I have added a color corrector. This is for dark circles that I use, but if you have sunspots, melasma, hyperpigmentation, if you have rosacea, if you have red acne, you can customize color correctors in your compact that are just for you, okay? Then I've thrown in another lip and cheek color, a bronzer, and illuminator. Everything that I need is right here. If you want to add eyeshadows, you can. If you want to add a setting powder, you can. So everything that you need is in whatever compact that you choose to build. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the simplicity of this makeup. If you already have your makeup and you want to follow along with me, that's awesome. So you can save this video to watch later, join my channel, which would be awesome, and also read the comments for any of the colors that I'm using or to ask any questions. Sound good? Okay, so let's get started. The very first color that I'm going to go into for right now is my contour color. So I'm going to use a series of brushes, talk to you about them, but you might have your own brushes. I will tell you that our brushes are made for creams. Okay, so I did not buy the brushes early on, but I will tell you these brushes are game changers. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush, which is called the detail brush. It has kind of like this chiseled end and an oval end. All of our brushes are double-ended, so this one has a smaller end as well. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to pounce it into my contour. You do not have to swipe. Do not swipe. Pounce, okay? It takes very little product. And I'm going to place it in 4 places. So I'm going to start at the top of my ear, and I'm going to press it. And the reason that I started here was because if for some reason I go too heavy, I have it back here further that I can push that back into my hairline, and it's not right here. All right, so cheekbones, 1, 2, and you don't be afraid of contouring, okay? 3, so from temple to temple, and then 4 is my jawline, so I'm going to start at the bottom of my ear. You can see that I have some droopiness, some jowls. I'm going to pretend like those babies aren't there. And I'm going to trace my jawline just like that. Okay, so if you have a double chin, it's going to distract from that. You're going to kind of chisel your jawline, give your face some shape. If you have jowls, again, like I do, I'm going to kind of pretend that they're not there. All right. And then the third place that I'm going to go, I'm going to contour, and I'm going to show you the easiest way possible to contour your nose. And I'm just going to stick my finger into my contour like that. I'm going to rub my fingers together like this. Place my fingers side by side right here at the top of my nose. And I'm going to run my finger right down my nose, pinch it off at the end. And I like to make just kind of like the end does not have contour on it, okay? All right, I'm finished with the contour. How easy was that? All right, I even have a little spot right here. I don't know how I ended up getting that. It's like a little zit or pimple that I'm going to show you how I cover that as well. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to my color corrector underneath of my eyes. All right, and I'm going to, so you can see a lot of that discoloration. Color correctors are darker than your regular skin tone, not lighter. Okay, back in the day, we thought that in order to color correct dark circles, you would go lighter. That's actually not the case, okay? We're here to neutralize the darkness first. All right, and then I'm going to take a beauty blender. Remember, it's slightly damp, not wet, slightly damp. And then I'm going to go ahead and pounce that right there and push that cream in. Because with cream, you can build on the color, and yet it doesn't look cakey, okay? All right, so my color correcting under my eyes, we're done with that. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use a little bit of that color to neutralize the scab right here. And it looks like I'm getting a pimple. So we're just going to get rid of that too. But isn't it great that I don't have to like layer the makeup all over my face? I can just spot treat it. You know, just like if you have a wine spill or a coffee spill on a t-shirt, you spot treat just that area. And that's what's really great with cream foundation. You can definitely do that easily. All right, so where am I going next? Well, I'm hopping right down my compact. I'm going to the main highlight. So now I'm going to fill in my main highlight. This will be the one that is basically the shade of your skin. And if you've been using the wrong color foundation, I will help you find the right color. Main highlight, I'm going to take this fluffy brush. This is my favorite for like a medium coverage. This is called the Blush and Bronzer brush. I'm going to pounce it. Okay, it's not a swipe. I don't need very much product. And I'm going to fill in. So I am kind of pressing, but not hard. I'm pressing the makeup in. Now, keep in mind, all the while, my contour is kind of warming up to my face. You know, it's getting to be my body temperature. So when it comes time to blend it, it's going to blend so easily. And I'm not even being perfect about it. Do you see why it doesn't require any makeup experience? Right here on over top of the color corrector, I am doing a really gentle push in because that tissue right underneath of our eyes, especially the older we get, we don't need any more wrinkles, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and gently press all that in. Okay, almost done. Right here, I need to fill in, right? Okay, now before I move on to the accent highlight, I want to explain something. The other great thing, there's lots of great things about creams, but another great thing about creams is you may need to mix colors. Okay, it's similar to paint. If you have dark paint and you want to make it lighter, what do? You add a lighter paint to it, or you add white, and it makes it lighter. Same thing can happen with your highlights. So I'm going to use my accent highlight, but let's just say in the middle of winter, or when it becomes winter time and we're out of the sun, we need to lighten up a little bit. All you have to do is take your brush from one to the other and lighten up your main highlight a little bit. It's not difficult at all. All right, so I'm going to go into my accent highlight. I'm switching over to the small part of that detail brush because remember, they're all double-ended. So it's like getting 2 for 1. I'm dabbing lightly, and I'm going to put a little bit right here in the corner of my eye. All right, I'm going to put it in the corner of the other eye, and I bring it down a little bit, but what I'm not doing is filling all of this up. Because we have more mature women have a lot going on under there, a lot of texture. You don't want to put too light of a color there because you'll accentuate it. And then I'm going to give myself a little eye lift here. I already did my eyes, and a little instant eye lift right there. Okay, and then also if you do your eyeshadow and you get some fallout, this is a really great way of sharpening that up. And then I'm going to put it between my brows and then right down the middle of that contour of my nose. Okay, so what are we doing, guys? We are brightening up the middle of our face. We want to draw the focus to the middle. We took the contour and it's kind of creating the dimension, kind of setting back. And then we're going to put the lighter shades in a specific spot and bring that forward. All right, now what are we going to do? Now we're going to add a lip and cheek color. Crazy, right? So I'm going to go ahead right over top of the contour. I like to use the 2-finger rule. So I'm going to place 2 fingers beside my nose, and I'm going to go ahead and put my lip and cheek color. And I said lip and cheek because this is also going to be my lip color as well. So that's my blush, and we're about ready to blend. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm going to go back in with that blush and bronzer brush, but we have all different kinds of brushes. We have one, this one's called the Buff. This one is more for, I would say, for a fuller coverage, okay, but it is a great brush as well. I will make a brush recommendation if you do get a color match from me, but I do want to show you the ones that I love. All right, so I'm going to start with the lightest shade, and I'm going to work my way out, saving my contour for last. A lot of questions that I get is, will this transfer the color? It doesn't. It's kind of magic. It's like these brushes know exactly how much to pick up. That's why they're made for creams. Are we ready? Okay, so let's try it. I'm going to go ahead and gently start blending around my eyes. Okay, and I will also do a final cleanup with that Perfector sponge too, or the Beauty Blender. So I'm kind of pressing in and blending at the same time. All right, and now we can kind of go to town. I'm just extra cautious around my eyes. So what am I going to do? I'm going to push this contour clear back to my hairline. Do I want to blend it all the way out? Heck no. Don't blend it all the way out. That defeats the purpose of actually wearing it. So you can see that slight shadow here. It's not a definitive line. It's like the colors are kind of married together, but you can see the shadow, and then you can see this half moon or sun in the horizon look right here. Keep that there. Okay. Down here for my nose, I'm doing this pressing motion. I don't want to disturb the contour. Okay. I don't want to push the contour around and blend it all the way in. I want to leave it there, but I don't want a harsh line there either. Okay. Working our way down the chin, taking that contour that was around my jawline and pushing that down onto my neck. You don't want your neck one color and your face another color. All right, we're almost there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the contour. I'm gonna start from the back and I'm gonna push it back into my hairline. And then I'm gonna do this upward flicking motion right here, okay? And then we'll do the other side. Okay, now what I want to show you is still right here. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and push that in. And what this also does is it'll pick up any excess product that's laying on top of my skin. I'm just going to press this in. You can totally even use a Beauty Blender to blend with if you want to. Okay. So now what else will this 3D foundation do? So I'm going to go ahead and use my contour, and this is called the multitasker brush. I'm going to use my contour to line my lips. I start from the bottom and I work my way up. And that gives me just a little bit more of a natural arch. Can you see that? Okay, it's not intense. And I line on the outer perimeter of my lips. That's for me because I have a smaller lip. And then my bottom lip as well. Using a cream to line your lips is almost like when you would color in a coloring book when you were younger, and you would use a black crayon to trace around the outskirts of it in order to trap the color in. And that's kind of what you're doing by lining your lips as well. I get these really fine lines, those, okay? I get those, and then my lip color will end up running. So this will keep that from happening. All right. And then I'm just going to go in with Plum. And fill in. Okay, so what else can I do? Well, I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to add a bronzer. Okay, our bronzer, I used to be a self-tanner all the time. That's not necessary anymore once you've been exposed to a cream bronzer. I mean, you can still do your whole body, but my point in saying this is that I used to self-tan my face. The older I got, then I noticed that as the self-tanner was wearing off, it was settling in my fine lines and wrinkles and just wasn't looking as nice. Bella bronzer, we have 4 different shades, but Bella was the original, and it's not orangey, but it does add a sun-kissed glow. So I'm going to take some bronzer and I'm going to show you by putting it on the high points of my face, which basically is where the sun would hit me. So I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to make a C on the other side. Okay, and then if you want some on your nose or your chin, you can totally do that. I'm going to go ahead and take my blush and bronzer brush again, and I'm just going to blend that. So bronzers add warmth. It's different from contouring. Okay, contouring usually has more gray undertones. Gray tones and bronzers have more red, but you could see what that did. It was so gradual, but so natural that you can have a sun-kissed glow all year long. All right, so then if I want to, I stuck an extra lip and cheek color here. I could totally put more on and mix and make plum. This is Hollywood. I can make it 2 different colors, which would make another beautiful color. But I'm gonna go ahead and add an illuminator. Okay, what is an illuminator? It is just a little tad bit of a glow. And I'm going to put it on the higher points of my face, which would be where the light naturally bounces. I know you've probably seen people with illuminator on and you've been like, wow, that looks good, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is that looks good. It's probably illuminator. So it goes on the upper part of your cheek. I like to tap a wee little bit on the end of my nose, not a lot. You can also add it right at the top of Cupid's bow at your upper lip. And I also like to put it on my bottom lip, ever so slight. Now, what we're going to do in order to finish this whole thing off is we're going to set it. So this is setting spray by Saint. I like to put it on my Perfector sponge. Okay, so instead you can totally just spray it if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and just put it on my Perfector sponge and then pounce it off my face. Again, this is picking up any excess product and also pushing the makeup in. That's really all there is to it, guys. One compact makeup, your entire face right here. So if you're interested in finding out more, go ahead and click the link in the comments and feel free to ask questions and save this video for future use if you have the makeup already. Thank you for joining me. You can find me at Kim Light Up Your Face on Instagram.